Hi everybody, hi everybody. My name is Rihanna. I am an independent filmmaker from Senegal, and in this video I will talk to you about my journey at film school and if I think film school is useful or not. Please stay until the end of the video. That's the moment where you will be able to see if film school actually aligns with your journey and where you're at. So stay until the end of the video. Let's go. So I went to the New York Film School Academy. There are many reasons that motivated that choice. First, it was one of the only schools, like film schools in America, that had a short program. I was at the stage of my career when I already had a bachelor's degree and a master's, and I already had experience in the film industry. So I wanted to do something short and sweet to come back to Africa and do this and launch my business. That's the number one reason. The second reason is that it's so international. Like, you had people there from literally everywhere in the world, and I mean it, and that was very much of a motivating factor for me because I myself am a very international, multicultural individual, and in this industry that is film, you will be working with people from everywhere in the world that you do not necessarily have the same culture with. So being able to work and connect with people that are not from where you're from was huge. The city of New York, if you think of film, like you either think of LA or New York, and I felt like I was more of a New York person, and I was not wrong. So the location as well. So now I'm gonna go with the pros of film school and then the cons. The pros. New York City, the United States of America, Empire State of Mind. That year in New York City was the most exhilarating thing I had to live. I've lived so many experiences. I've met so many people. I've tasted so many food, and I've really seen the real side of New York, because you always see it in TV, but it's romanticized. But then you go there and you learn about the subway, and you learn about the crackheads on the subway and how you have to ignore them. You learn about how expensive that city is and how it is actually very difficult to make a living. That's up to the housing. So yeah, the program was like super intense, and that's exactly what I needed in my career, because one of the reasons why I decided to create my own company is that I felt like I wasn't using my full potential, or I wasn't like exploring my full potential with the job that I had in Senegal. So it was very intense. At the beginning of the program, we would have to make a short film every 2 weeks, and we would have to come up with the ideas, we would have to cast the actors, we would have to find the locations, we would have to constitute a team, like to build a team. We would also need to learn about the cameras, so actually learning about filmmaking and doing films at the same time. And yeah, sometimes I was like, ugh. But also I was like, yeah, that's really what I needed. So the first part of the filmmaking course is about you learning and doing a bunch of films every 2 weeks, thing else. At the middle of the program, you have a short film that you have to make. Is your midterm. And then the second part of the program, which is about 6 months, is you working on a short film. So it's the bigger project of the course. You have screenwriting classes throughout the semester, where you work on your film, and there are like writing sessions or workshops where you present your ideas and your classmates tell you what you think, and you work together on your films. It's very beautiful. Throughout that time as well, you learn how to make a production binder, you learn how to use softwares such as Movie Magic. You learn to use editing softwares as well, such as Avid. I hate Avid. I didn't edit my film on Avid. I edited it on DaVinci. We learn about budgeting. Budgeting is a huge part of filmmaking. The second part of the program is what felt like real filmmaking to me, because the first part was, the films very much felt like exercises with that film. The second semester, the second part of the term, film felt like a real film and ended up being a real film to me that like helped me in my career today. It went on to festivals, and today it's like something that I show every time that I say what it is that I do or that I pitch myself in my projects. This film is what I show, and I'm very proud of it. It took a lot of hard work and it took a lot of money. One of the third reasons also that I went to the New York Film Academy was for immigration. I am a Senegalese individual, and getting accepted into a US program facilitates immigration. I was considering moving to the United States, and getting into the New York Film Academy was easier than other film schools, so that's why I chose it as well. So for the negatives, film school is expensive. It is expensive, and if you do not have family support, or if you do not have money that you have saved over the years, it will be very, very difficult to afford. Add to that, if you're going to film schools in cities such as New York City or Los Angeles, which are like the most expensive cities in the world, it would be very hard for you to have a comfortable life where you feel physically and psychologically well. More specifically, when it comes to the New York Film Academy, as much as we had things that were like available for us, such as equipment, such as the actual place, like the school, all the rest was at our own expenses. So the films, like the location, the actors, the technical team, even the technical team, like something that you can do is like just ask your classmates to help you on your film, and then you help them on your film. So that's something that you can save money of. But feeding them, that's everything is you. So honestly, that's the biggest con of like film school. And overall, I've had a pretty good experience. I think that's the only negative side of it that I can see. I know some people were not happy with the program, some were not happy with the professor. One time we had like a very, very big issue at the film, at the school. It was racist, and that's something also that might come when you meet people from all over the world. You will meet amazing people, and you will meet some others that you do not ever want to see ever again. At the end of my program, I decided to go back to Africa for several reasons, because finding a job as a Senegalese individual, even though I am highly qualified in the film industry in New York, was almost impossible. Also, I felt very, very lonely, so I decided it was better to continue with my initial plan and go back to Africa. Especially if you're not from America and you're an artist, the immigration path for you would be to apply for an O1 visa, and an O1 visa requires you to already have a good career, meaning a few festival selections at very good festivals, some type of income, some type of contract, meaning that you're working with a company that's within the sector that you did your academic studies in. So all of that, it is almost impossible to get checked in a year, and I realized that really quickly, and I do not regret at all coming back to Africa. I am continuing to learn a lot about the film industry, and I am learning about that by being in the film industry, by going to festivals, by going to labs, applying to programs with my films that I'm currently developing, so it feels a lot more real, and it is realer. Now we're going to see together if film school is the right move for you. The first question you should ask yourself is, do you have the funding to afford film school? Do you have the funding to afford making films? And do you have the funding to afford to live in the city the film school is in? Those are three different things that you must be able to afford all of them if you want to go to film school. Knowing that if you have a student visa or a student status, you will not be able to work. You must know that. Second of all, if you do have the fundings, is it something that you would rather invest directly in a film? Would you rather just start making films right away? That's a very, very good question to ask, because that's something that you can do. But you should know that this money that you're investing in films is going to be investing in you experimenting and making errors. So you should be comfortable with that. My third question is, would you like some guidance? Are you the type of people that are like cool with doing things on their own, that doesn't need guidance, that's a very entrepreneurial? Or are you at a stage of your life where you need some encadrement? How do I say encadrement in English? Some type of direction, some type of directing. Are you at a stage of your life where you want to live new experiences, where you want to meet new people, where you're still figuring it out? If then, go to film school, because it will be one of the best experiences of your life, and you will always remember it, and you will get good things out of it, and you will live things that will live with you forever, and that will transpire in your stories and make them even more original and even more impactful, and that will help you with your career. Do you have time to go to film school? Do you have time to stop everything in your world and just focus that amount of your life, be it a year, 2 years, or just a few months, to just making films? Are you ready to be challenged in every sense of the way? Are you ready to see yourself even in your darkest moments and still be there for you and accept yourself where you are? Are you ready to dream? Are you also ready to get your dreams broken? If you answered yes to all these questions, there is no doubt that you should go to film school. It will be one of the best experiences of your life, and I look back at these moments with a lot of, nostalgia. And I really do hope that you do get to go to film school. And yeah, thank you for watching this video. My channel is all about films. I talk about my journey as a filmmaker and more about film creation and film production and the business of all of it. So if you have questions or you would want me to talk about something very specific, I would love to. So please do not hesitate to comment. Also share and like this video. It would help this video get to its community, to the people who really need it. Thank you so much, and see you soon for a video on film.